Hey guys, and welcome back to Star Wars Nerdiness.
Now, you may have noticed that last year we didn't do a review of each individual episode of The Mandalorian, and that's because, Mandalorian was sharing the spotlight with The Rise of Skywalker, and second of all, we only did one video a week last year, but this time around we've actually done an episode of every single episode of The Mandalorian. We've done a review of each episode. So this time around I was thinking of, taking a week off from reviewing an episode of The Mandalorian, because I was pretty sure this one was going to be a side story, judging by how big the last one was. And also, I heard something about the time of it being only 30 something minutes long, so I'm like, okay, this one's probably not anything that I would actually talk about on a Star Wars Nerdist video. And then I watched the episode, and I was wrong. Where do I even begin here? I mean, what a way to end an episode with a child being taken by Moff Gideon, the Razor Crest being destroyed. I mean, oh my gosh, that was such a cliffhanger ending. But honestly, the big takeaway from this episode is the Fett family and how it changes the lore. Because I remember from the Lucas era of Star Wars, I remember specifically reading a book that said Jango Fett actually stole Mandalorian armor, and he wasn't a Mandalorian. But now we learn in here that both Boba Fett and Jango Fett are Mandalorians. They aren't just wearing Mandalorian armor like we previously thought. And Jango Fett actually fought in the Mandalorian Civil Wars, which just sounds awesome to me. And now, I honestly kind of, more than any other character now, except for maybe Kylo Ren, I really want to see a Jango Fett spinoff movie or just something about the Mandalorian Civil Wars, because that just sounds awesome. Now, I always kind of found Boba Fett to be kind of overrated. I mean, he looks really cool, but I just never really thought, he did too much. I mean, even in the Clone Wars, and I mean, in Attack of the Clones, I thought he was really annoying. My mind is now changed. I love Boba Fett now almost as much as Jango Fett. I've always kind of liked Jango Fett more than Boba Fett, and I still do. But Boba Fett was awesome here. I mean, he was absolutely awesome, even without his armor. I'm not sure how skilled Cobb Vanth is as, an actual fighter. I mean, he was a really cool character, but I think he relied on the armor to, protect his town. Boba Fett does not need armor to fight. I mean, he was awesome with and without the armor. Now, I do think it's kind of stupid that Fennec Shan survived. I mean, that does explain what those, that was Boba Fett that fans theorized that person was at the end of Chapter 5. And I thought Fennec Shan was a fine character. It's just not very convincing that she actually survived that. Now, I do think a better way of going about this was that Fennec Shan, maybe she's a henchman of Boba Fett who was trying to track down his armor, and Boba Fett found her dead corpse at the end of Chapter 5. I just really don't think there was a need to resurrect that character, or quote-unquote resurrect that character, because she wasn't even a fan favorite in Season 1. So now we're likely getting a two-part finale like last season. So what's going to happen? Well, the Mandalorian's going to want to break out Mayfeld. Cara Dune's going to want to help him because, they have the kid. And yes, it all comes back to what do they want with Grogu. And I think I may have another theory about what they want with the child, or Grogu. In Chapter 12, The Siege, everyone seems to think those are Snoke clones, and I do think so. I do think those are Snoke clones. You hear something that sounds a lot like Snoke's theme in the background. And I'm guessing this could possibly be because they're trying to create a clone of Palpatine, the true leader of the Empire. Moff Gideon wants to create a clone of Palpatine, or he's maybe getting orders to create a clone of Palpatine, and maybe find something that the Emperor's spirit, or a body that the Emperor's spirit could actually hold. And to do so, they need the genetics of Baby Yoda. And this could actually become, what becomes Snoke, or what I think is actually, they do catch Baby Yoda and they do take some of his DNA, because, he's super force sensitive, to actually create a clone of Palpatine. But Mando saves Baby Yoda just in time, so that's why the clone of Palpatine is in such weak state, so I think that's what's going to happen. And now, what Jedi did Baby Yoda see, or Grogu, I'm still adjusting to the name, what Jedi did Grogu see when he was on that stone? Because we didn't actually get to see what Grogu saw. We just kind of saw what was going on with the Mandalorian, Boba Fett, and Fennec Shan. So what did he see? And I'm guessing he maybe saw, or what Jedi sensed him, I think there are some very few options. I think maybe Luke Skywalker. I think that's a big one, and I'm really hoping for Luke Skywalker. That's the one I'm crossing my fingers that it's going to be. And then I'm hoping also maybe Ezra Bridger. And maybe we could see what the heck was going on with Ezra Bridger, because we've already gotten tie-ins with Clone Wars and Rebels, so that would be great. But then also, I don't think many people have actually talked about this, but it is a possibility that maybe he's connecting with a young Ben Solo, because Ben Solo is actually born now. So that would actually be interesting if there's a Force connection with Grogu and Ben Solo. And then it would be really cool if Luke Skywalker discovers this. and that would be a cool way of tying into the saga, and maybe we even get to see Luke Skywalker's Jedi Order. Either way, the future of The Mandalorian is very bright. As always, thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.